Yeah, I think you make a really valid point with, parents, especially if you're raised, more old school, you didn't go and talk to someone about your trauma or your, anxiety or your depression. It's only recently come into light in the last 5 years. I think it's so important to that for parents that if they have also been through trauma, that they also should be going out and talking to someone. And it's okay. It doesn't make you, there's this stigma sometimes that it makes you like weak, but I feel that it actually makes you strong, that you have the strength to go out and talk to someone about how you're feeling. And it's always like I tell my students, like if you had a big gash on your arm, you would go to a doctor. But if you have a big gash on your heart or your brain, you just hide it, right? No, you should also go to a doctor and get it fixed, right? Try and talk it through. So that's great that Australia is trying to really help out with that for sure.
Yeah, same thing for teachers too. And I know our school
Yeah.
offers 6 councils that you can go to, and use that. You can have 6 sessions without you having to pay. And I think that there probably will be a lot of organizations. The EQ side of things, I think, is a real push now, IQ and EQ, and I think the
Yeah.
EQ side of things is really gaining momentum and its importance. And really, I know it for us here, we like to do the full, whole rounded student coming from all sides, really, that IQ is important. But if you get the EQ and everything else right, then the IQ will follow. If the EQ is not right and there's something off and there's an imbalance or there's something you struggle, then that's really hard for that it has an impact on the IQ.
Yeah.
And big over here, like the whole Aussie bloke side of things, where they say, toughen up and have a cup of cement, that kind of stuff like that. And the whole big push now is the Are You Okay Day, to just check on to make sure you're finding out, are people okay? Because it is something that I agree with you. You're stronger for dealing with it than you are weaker and keeping inside. So it's yeah.
Yeah. I think like you say with the Aussie bloke thing, especially for men and boys, being able to tell them that it's okay to also talk. It's not just a female thing, right? Everybody has, no, everybody sometimes comes across difficulties in their mental health. And then if you go and talk to someone, it just allows you to push through your life at such a higher level, as opposed to being, sort of trapped within with maybe an issue that you're dealing with. So I think that's really important. I'm really glad you brought up the teacher mental health in Australia, because I think it's important for other schools around the world even to hear what you're doing.